Fellow Ambazonians and dear actors of the Ambazonia team, Team Ambazonia, all our guests. We have, I know that there are many people who are listening to us who are not from the community, who are interested to what is going on. So I want to welcome all of you, and I want to express that for what is happening in Ambazonia. I want to thank the population of the home front and all the civil society for your contribution towards the successful lockdown. It was a successful lockdown. You deserve 21 gun salute. Home front for paying the price. Yet another sacrifice because we needed to make a clear statement. You shown all the naysayers and all those who shamefully told you not to lock down. You went ahead to pay the price so that we achieve our goal. Congratulations. I want to congratulate all of you patrons who lend your voices for the right thing, insisting that we needed this to be successful. And thank God for everything that happened. But shame on those who said there should be no lockdown, and they gave us no alternative and no alternative way to make a clear statement to the actual perpetrator of the war or the genocide in Ambazonia, the one who stands in support, and the one single vote in the Security Council that stands on our way was visiting next door and did not afford one single way for us to express our disdain, to express our condition, and to tell them that to make him know that what is happening in Ambazonia, we know who is the actual perpetrator and the power behind the scene. They did not give us an alternative to do that which was right. Macron, we're told Macron was visiting La République, not Ambazonia, as if we forgot that that is the nearest he can come to Ambazonia, and that he was not coming to La République for La République, he was coming to La République for Ambazonia. And even if he was visiting Estonia or India, and in his visit he had to talk about Ambazonia, it was necessary for us to make a statement that will be reported for us by the free press that he brought along, to tell them that those people, there's war going on and people are being massacred for nothing. Ambazonians we are not stupid. Sometimes we are silent, but we are not stupid. Even those who don't know anything have learned by experience, because we have been in this now for 5 years. We now know, if anywhere we cannot see, we can feel, and we know where we are going. Yes. I don't know whether these people were playing politics, or they are ignorant, or they are compromised. But if it is politics, you play politics with the destiny of 8 million people. You play politics on the blood of 45,000 people. Every time we have a chance to be heard, to make the highest impact we can make in the diplomatic scene, you stand against it. You call that politics? No, it's not politics. For many of us, for the 8 million of us, it is life and death. This is all we have. We have Ambazonia. You are ignorant, you could be forgiven. But you cannot be so knowledgeable in everything else and only be ignorant when it comes to the freedom of Ambazonia. And if you are compromised, you have no part in this. This generation will vomit you out, and you will not see the shores of Boya. Mr. Macron came to Cameroon to defend the interests of his country. Yes. Part of the interest of his country is in Ambazonia. He came to defend it where it matters. The Macron came to defend the interests of his country in La République on three levels. The matter of insecurity and in that sub-region and in the extent to which it affects their interests in Ambazonia. And insecurity has to do not just with internal threats, but external threats, what France considers external. Everything in La République to the French is internal. But anything from outside La République is external. And the external threat is the spread of Russia in that sub-region. The spread of the influence of Russia. Number one. Number two, Macron came to La République to defend the interests of the French because of the looming instability in La République. The looming instability. The Essingan Corps has decided to hold on to power. They bullshit the family, the bullshit the Tupuris in the north, they bullshit everybody else. They are ready to bullshit their constitution and all their institutions and cling to power. That is what they have made clear. And they are ready to do that unconstitutionally. They are ready to bypass every constitution and every institution and do it. So that is a state of looming instability, which France thinks that it will affect their interest in Ambazonia. So they came to see what they can do. And number three, their French interest as concerning the economic downturn in La République, because that economy is collapsing. Every now and then they turn to French and ask for more.
Recording in progress.
Every now and then they turn to La République to try to ask for more. And not just because they care about the collapsing economy, but the extent to which it affects La République, I mean the French, has to do with the French companies in La République. Those companies are bleeding, the French are worried. Not when peasants don't have what to eat or drivers don't have gas. That's not their problem. If those companies are bleeding, they are worried. Sometimes they can even lend money to that dying country just to pay the bills of their companies that are working there, so that they can end up, they should rather incur a debt than to cause their companies to collapse. France is more concerned about the spread of Russia, than the genocide in Ambazonia. On a scale, they will deal with the spread of Russia first, than then the problem of Ambazonia, how it affects their interest. Because the war hawks in Yaoundé are serious with Russia, because they have discovered that the democratic free world may not support their maneuvers to take and keep power through democratic means. A civil war might ensue. And if it does, they might not have the full support of the French. If they don't, they should fall back to Russia, who will support that gang. It is the Estingan Cabal that is fighting in Ambazonia. The war in Ambazonia is the war between the Estingan Cabal and Ambazonia. The rest are just they are just support. They are providing support to that gang. And France has taken their threat seriously. From this visit, from our intelligence, France has taken the threat of that cabal seriously. That is why they are proceeding to change their ambassador from a civilian ambassador to a military general. Somebody might say because they want to start fighting La Republic. I mean, start fighting Ambazonia. That's why they need an ambassador who is a general. No. You have to know that the real presidency in every former French colony, the presidency in that country is the French embassy. And when a territory needs a military leader, it's because that territory is preparing for war. Because they need a military strategist, somebody who can understand the issue from a military point of view and be able to handle the powers and those war hawks in Yaoundé correctly. It is almost clear to everyone that there will be a civil war in La Republic. There will be, because of the way they have chosen to go about the issue of succession. There will be a civil war because they will not rely on the institutions and the law and the constitution. You had the subtle pressure that the French president was putting on the Cabal, saying they should follow the constitution. He knows they will not follow the constitution. So what that happens is they will believe that they have the military on their side, on the side of the Singan Cabal, and therefore they can do and undo. That if the people will arise against that unconstitutional behavior, and if La Republique does not, if France does not support the Cabal is already making open threats that they will lean on Russia to get their objectives achieved. The Singan Cabal has taken Cameroon hostage. Even the French are being alienated right now by that Cabal, not by the French La Republique, but by that Cabal. It's ready to alienate French if they will maintain their grip on power. By doing so, they are ready to do so. And that Cabal is the Cabal fighting to preserve Ambazonia. That's the Cabal that does not want the war to end, because that is where they can get money. That's where they get all their money. All the billions they have stolen, stacked in foreign banks and so on, capable of funding wars for years, they stole it from Ambazonia. They borrowed money and mortgaged our resources. All is from Ambazonia. Now they are ready to mortgage Ambazonia to anyone who will help them. Economically, China, and militarily, Russia. And they don't care if the French are happy with that or not because of their greed. But here's the good news. I will say this in parable. France now agrees with Russia that a military solution in Ambazonia is not possible. Number two, France now agrees with the US that Russia must not come near the Gulf of Guinea to take control, because whoever controls Yaoundé controls the Gulf of Guinea. France now agrees with the US that Ambazonia seems to be a lesser evil than Russia in the Gulf of Guinea. That will be our song. And that is an assignment for all of us. We shall do our best. The post-Russia-Ukraine world is different from the world we had when we started this journey. The old order is being interrogated. A new order is emerging. New alliances are going to be born. Old alliances will be trashed. Ambazonia, the lost sense. I can tell you that we know these things very well, and we are and will work the hardest we can. There is a divine dimension in all we do here on earth. We will do our best. But my prayer is that let everything work for our good. Let everything work together for our good. And we shall do our best. My plea for all of us is to draft now. Draft. If somebody told you that we don't know what to do, before he ends the statement, tell him the lie. We know what to do. We know what to do. Sometimes is what to do it with. And many times we know many steps before they get there. We know. So we know very well everything we have. The prayer is that you that are decided to stand as the patriots, as the last people standing, don't give up, don't surrender, don't give less, don't join the spectators, don't join the detractors and the spoilers. We are closer to the end than when we started. A lot of things are happening to our favor. We need to seek that. We need to take our positions and capitalize. I like the journey now. It's sweeter, and it's going to probably be shorter, even than our war hawks in Yaoundé have contemplated. So we are working in the background. Diplomacy is not a media thing. I'm really surprised at people who come every day announcing Twitter, I've just had a meeting, I've just had a meeting. Is that diplomacy or was a show? Real diplomacy is not, will never be. Yes, and this is the time for real diplomacy because the stakes are high. The attention is maximum on our issue right now, and we will not sleep. Thank you very much, and God will continue to strengthen our hands to do the work that is set before us.
That is great. Thank you.
God bless our president. Ahead.
Amen.
Go before you. And he speak for you. Yay!
Wake up.
God bless.
Thank
I
you,
see
sir.
that your eye for
We
speech.
are with you.
My president, may God bless you.
Yes.
You see? Thank you.
The best news ever. If you have never heard of it, I think you need to replay this and listen to him in parables. We have to give a hand. We have to give a hand before we proceed, please.
Let me get out.
Let's give a hand, please.
Okay, one time I forget to take my charger.
Yeah, let's give a hand, please. Let's give a hand. Yes.
That's it. That's it.
Yes,
You're
yes.
right.
My
Our
head is
journey
sweet. My head
will
is
never be
sweet.
in
My
vain.
head is sweet. Ambazonia the
Yes.
grand.
We have to play smart and smarter. That's very good. Oh, thank you very much.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. We are now on.